All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chuck Williams, and I have the honor and privilege of being the affiliate manager with Tapestry. And that's what you're going to find out what Tapestry is all about here in just a few minutes. But before we get started our presentation, I want to properly introduce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker is Peter. And Peter, give me the correct pronunciation of your last name so I don't mispronounce it.
Sure, it's Ohanyan.
Ohanyan, that's easy. So Peter has many credentials behind his name, but one of them with Tapestry is he is the #1 global affiliate in the company. Now, there were people that did it before him, and Susan has a few more people in her first and second tier than he does, but he has enrolled more personal super affiliates than any other affiliate in the company. And he hasn't been with Tapestry that long. So that's quite an accomplishment. And Peter, I've watched you from the day in the very beginning when you reached out to me and started asking questions so you could properly train and educate your team. You are phenomenal. And I mean that. You're a great encourager for your team. You're a great educator and communicator. And those are skills that bode very, very well for our business. I'm really excited about you taking the next 20, 30 minutes, however long you want, and kind of explain from your perspective, your story, why Tapestry, and how new people can get involved. So Peter, it's all yours, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chuck. I really appreciate everybody for joining. Thank you guys for tuning in, whether it is the morning, afternoon, or evening. It is really exciting to have you guys all here for this company-wide corporate presentation, and me to end as the last presentation of the day. I hope it leaves you guys with some meaningful nuggets at the end of this call. I'm wearing my Superman t-shirt here because that's how I feel every single day. I feel like Superman. I feel like I can accomplish anything. So I said, you know what? As you know, as Chuck so poignantly pointed out, that actually I was #1 in the company, which honestly I really haven't ever been, and I'm extremely humbled by that. But to me, it's a great accomplishment, but it's an accomplishment that anybody can do. You just have to put your mind to work that you can do it. If you put your mind to work that you can do it, then you can accomplish anything, literally anything. But you have to actually have that mindset. And mindset over exactly doing things is extremely important. So let me give you a very quick background about myself. So I am a teacher by day. Yes, I'm not a full-time marketer, although at some point in my life, that would be awesome to have. I'd like to travel to be a motivational speaker, and I'd like to actually be someone who has a consulting business. So in 2015, I came across cryptocurrency, and that's been my bread and butter ever since. So for me to actually look at something heavily that's outside of cryptocurrency, it had to be something really special. Now, in addition to that, I also am a tennis instructor. I played in high school. I played Division II in college at Northeastern University, which is actually now Division I, and played in Boston over there. And I've been teaching for 21 years. I coach an elite high school tennis team here in New Jersey. And that's essentially what I do. But, you know, I have a 5-year-old who I love to death. And my passion is to basically, how can you bring an opportunity to the world that anyone can participate in? How can you bring an opportunity to the world that anyone can participate in? And so this is why you're here today, ladies and gentlemen. You are here to literally understand why this opportunity is so valuable to you and to all your friends and colleagues and anybody else that you know across the world, not just the United States. Now, the reason why I decided to get into Tapestry is this reason. One, whenever I get into anything, I always make sure that I network with the person at the top. Even if it's somebody who brought me in that's at this level, that's not at this level, it doesn't matter. I always say, okay, well, how do I get to the person who really has all the answers? And so what I did was I watched a video that Chuck had made. And I went on Chuck Williams' YouTube channel, and his cell phone number was there. And so I sent him a message, and I said, hey, you don't know who I am. I don't know who you are, but we need to talk because I'm thinking of taking this seriously. And so we set aside some time about a week later to have a very serious 45-minute discussion about why Tapestry will be so valuable. Now, a little more background about myself is that I've been involved in different data collection projects in the past. And so I understand the Internet of Things space pretty well. And also how valuable data can be. And so this is not going to be your slide presentation because my nickname on Facebook is Mr. Live. And so Mr. Live doesn't do slides. It's not the way he communicates. That's just not the way that I actually give a message. My messages are all from the heart. They're not scripted. Everything I'm telling you is from here. It's never written down. I want you to understand that. 90% of your enthusiasm comes from inside you. 10% is external. That's it. People see the 10%, but they have to feel the 90. That's what's important. So I don't want to get sidetracked, but I want you guys to really remember that as we go forward. So I started doing some digging after Chuck and I had a conversation, and I started realizing that this guy, Walter Harrison, who's the CEO of Tapestry, man, this guy's really got some stuff going on. He had another company that he had started, and then he turned that company into Complimentics. And about 8 years ago, and at 23 years old, he became a self-made millionaire. I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. Now he's 33 years old. He's still young, and he's the multi-millionaire over and over again. That's incredible. Now I looked up his past to see, hey, does this guy have any kind of issues? I did my due diligence to see if it was involved in anything in the past, or was sketchy or anything like that. Zero, nothing. There's nothing that you can actually find that says that this gentleman is anything less than extraordinary. So I said, okay, now this is really cool. Now, how does the model work? Well, I said, all right, so let's see what this Tapestry thing is all about. So what Tapestry does, and essentially, let me just talk about Complimentics for a second. Now, Complimentics works with over 25,000 different apps. And so what Walter does is he basically goes and he data farms to all these different apps and says, hey, we are going to give you a way to monetize your data for your app. And this way you'll be able to get your advertisements out to exactly the right kind of target audience that you need. And so that's what he's been doing over the past 8 years. And now what's happening now is that Complimentics found out what Tapestry was doing. And keep this in mind, Walter Harrison is the CRO, Chief Revenue Officer, and co-founder of Complimentics, but he's also the CEO of Tapestry. And so now Complimentics is underneath the umbrella, essentially, of Tapestry itself, which going forward, you will understand is extremely valuable and meaningful. Now, Complimentics themselves have worked with companies of the likes of Barclays to actually collect data. Now, Barclays doesn't just work with anybody. They work with people who are really significant in the world of data, especially. And so that to me spoke volumes. And so the more and more digging I found into Tapestry, the more I realized, like, wow, this is an incredible opportunity. Now, I haven't even spoke to you guys about what the opportunity is, but I'm excited, not because I'm number one in the company, but because I know how this is going to change the life of the everyday person. And so if you think about it and how many different phones that you have out there, or apps that you have out there on your phone, rather, let's say the average person has 30 to 50 apps on their phone. How many of those apps on their phone are actually paying you for doing what you do every single day? How many apps are on your phone that are paying you for not doing anything different? How many? Because I'm going to go with zero. Now, there are other apps out there that are going to offer you cashback incentives and things of that nature. Maybe you have to complete some other things in order to get that actual, income given to you, or that reward given to you, but not for doing nothing out of the ordinary. So what if I told you now there's an app called Tapestry that basically takes your anonymous GPS device location and will take the data from that and will essentially take it to Walter Harrison, the CEO of the company, who will then essentially sell that anonymous data to Fortune 50 companies all around the world and other companies to follow. And we, as consumers using that app, we get paid for it. And we don't get paid $1 or $2. If we're in the United States, we're getting $5 to $25 a month. As long as we're using it for 30 days, we get $5 to $25 a month. Now, to some of you guys that are watching this, maybe you're 7-figure, 8-figure earners, the light bulb hasn't gone off in your head yet, because you're like, $5 to $25 is nothing. Now, to the average person, $5 to $25 can actually mean something really beneficial. And that's where I want you to think about this from. I want you to understand that I'm talking to you with this company from an undervaluing perspective and not an overestimating perspective, which is really important to distinguish between the two. So I undervalue the opportunity that Tapestry is going to bring. Now, they're not asking for your personal data. They honestly don't care. They don't care about who you are. They want to know, how many times have you gone to this specific point of interest, and how long have you stayed there for? That's it. That's all they care about. And the more you do that per month, the more you're actually going to be rewarded and paid. And you're not being paid in crypto, which can be volatile, and a lot of people are concerned about the volatility of the market. No, you're being paid in fiat. You're being paid in cash. You're being paid in Google Pay, Apple Pay, direct deposit. These are the ways that you're actually going to be paid to use this app. So here's why I got involved with Tapestry. I got involved with Tapestry because I said, hey, I'm helping to build this decentralized financial system, which is a whole nother topic, but I'm building this, but the everyday person can't really get into it. So what can I use as a hedge to essentially bring people into a vehicle like that, or Forex, or stocks, or pay for their bills, or anything, literally anything. And so that's where the light bulb went off in my head. And I said, wow, Tapestry is going to provide that solution. Now, as a free user of Tapestry, you download the app and you get between $5 and $25 a month. And what creates those variables? So if your phone is older, then your data will not be able to be used as much, and your battery is smaller, so your actual payment will be a little bit less. If you're not traveling to as many places as is recommended, then your payment will be a little bit less. If your Wi-Fi signal is not as strong and it's a little bit weaker, then your payment will be a little bit less. But if you are an avid person, if you are going to different places a month, if you do have a newer phone, then you're going to get upwards to that, at least, let's call it $15 a month. Again, we're undervaluing this opportunity, not overselling it to you. $15 a month. Now, what if I told you that as a free user, you don't have to pay anything, and you can bring in as many people directly as you want, and every single person that you bring in over the age of 16, you're going to get $1 for per month. $1. Okay, so let's take that example from a mother and a daughter. The mom is, let's just use an arbitrary age, 40 years old, and the daughter is 18. That daughter is now in college, and the mom has to constantly give her money because of the fact that she needs to help her pay for certain things for college. If that daughter had a little bit of an entrepreneurial mindset, she could share that with many different people that are her friends and in her college. And now she's going to get $1 for every single person that she brings in. Now, the mother, if she's an affiliate, which I'll get into in a minute, she's going to get $1 on her daughter and whoever her daughter actually brings in directly. So now you're taking the mother, you're taking the daughter who the mother is helping to become an entrepreneur, and you're taking the financial issues away from the parent, and now that's being given to the daughter to have create responsibility and to actually give them the ability to make their own money and not have to actually depend on the parent. And that daughter can go wide as much as they want. They can refer as many directs as much as they want for free. Now that's just the free model. That's the free model. Now the affiliate model comes in when the mother actually joins. So here's how the affiliate model works. On your direct level, if you become an affiliate, you get $1 per person you bring in directly. And in addition to that, you get $1 for every person you bring in indirectly. So when your directs bring in someone, you're also earning $1 as long as they've downloaded and used the app for a period of 30 days. So they have to actually go into the app. They have to hit always when it comes to allowing permission. It has to say always, and that allows them to get the highest capability of earnings up to that $25 potential. Now that is extremely impressive. But the funny thing is, it doesn't stop there. Now, for a limited time, and I do mean this extremely, extremely seriously, a limited time, there's what we call a founder's promotion. And a founder's promotion clearly is this. You pay $9.95 for the first year, and you will be covered for 13 months total. That means you can essentially build a business out of a box for about 87 cents a month with zero overhead. Zero overhead. That's 2 cups of Starbucks coffee. That's 1 small pizza pie. And you could have an organization that you could make endless amounts, should you choose to actually put in the work, of income for. But you got to put in the work. It's not going to just be like this and all of a sudden your organization builds. You got to build your organization. You got to wake up every single day and say, I got to share this with 15 people. I got to share this with 20 people. And if you're somebody who shares anything with anybody and you share it with 5 people, set your goal higher. Wake up and say, I got to share this with 15 people. Because then if you settle on 7 or 8, at least you're getting that 7 or 8. If you say I'm going to share it with 5, maybe you'll get 2. Set your expectations higher for yourselves. Every single day I wake up and I say to myself, nobody's going to outwork me. Why do you think I have a Superman shirt on? Because nobody's going to outwork me. Now, there may be other people that will outwork me 100%, and I will humbly say that. However, I have the mental capacity to say to myself every single day, no one will outwork me. And so I push harder and harder and harder every single day to better the last. If you have that capability, then something where even in Tapestry, where you're making $1, just $1 can turn into a life-changing opportunity for you, should you choose to take it like that. Now, to make this even sweeter, there's something called a super affiliate. So when you get 10 people to actually pay the $9.95 administrative fee, which covers them for 13 months until the app is released, you get a 50% match on your affiliates on tier 1 and tier 2. That is extremely powerful. Now, if you're a real go-getter like I am, it goes one step further, and that is a global affiliate. What's a global affiliate? A global affiliate is somebody who brings in 10 affiliates who pay their $9.95. Those 10 bring in 10, so the rule of 10, right? So 10 bring in 10, and that puts you at global affiliate. And if you're one of the first 50 people to do that, you are going to get 1/50th of a share of equity in Tapestry. Now, to some of you, you're like, nah, that's not that meaningful. Well, let me give you a hypothetical. Here's a hypothetical. It's not reality. It's a hypothetical, but I think it's extremely possible. If in the next 3 years, let's call it, Tapestry has a valuation, meaning the company itself has a valuation of $5 billion, which I believe is an underestimation, then your share of that equity is worth $1 million. That is amazing. You're paying $9.95. And if you get a team together of go-getters who bring in 10, forget your 50% match, just your equity alone, if that's the valuation of the company, hypothetically, but if that's the valuation of the company, that's what could happen for you. Do you understand how big this is? What if you take a flyer and you take it and you put a QR code on it and you give that to an Uber driver? And an Uber driver now enrolls into the company and you show them how to make that QR code and put it into their car. That Uber driver is going to make money on their rides. They're also going to make money while using Tapestry and who they refer. Flight attendants, truck drivers, anybody who's active is a target for you. That's your target market. Anybody who's active. A lot of people say, well, I don't know who to share it with. Here's who you share it with. Everybody. But I don't know how to share it. Just do it. But I'm going to have people that are going to say no. Just do it anyway. Why do you care? Stop limiting yourself. When we're born, when we are coming out of our mother, we are born limitless. Why do you create limiting capacities upon yourself? I hear all the time, oh, Mr. Live, you have this big organization of followers and that's why you've done that. Hell no, that is not why. It's because I worked my ass off to get to that point. And pardon my language, but I did. I've been knocked down before, time and time and time again. And again, I have that attitude of nobody will outwork me. And I found this opportunity that anybody can do from age 16 and up. And I said, oh my God, we can empower high school generations, college generations, mothers, fathers, grandparents, anybody you want. You can empower to start a business for under $10. Come on. The light bulb has to be going off in some of your heads to understand the magnitude that this opportunity can bring you should you choose to take it on. Now, guys, if there's one thing I will leave you with, it is this. This is extremely special when you think about it. This is the caveat I'm going to leave with you. You may have heard it on other webinars today. I'm not sure. I'm going to say it anyway. We use apps on a daily basis. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, TikTok. They're all free. They all monetize the data that is not accepted by our permission. They take that personal data and they use that to advertise to target audiences, but without accepting our permission. Tapestry is the first app of its kind that has the acceptability of accepting your permission as soon as you actually download the app. It asks you, we are asking for your permission to take your anonymous data and sell it. But we're going to pay you for it in the process. Guys, I hope you understand how important it is. If you're not involved already, and you hear my passion, and you understand how big this truly can be and how life-changing it can be for you, take the opportunity and run. Chuck, back to you.
Peter, absolutely phenomenal job. And it's no surprise that to end this great day we've had called our Super Saturday, where you were the 7th of 7 globals to present. You are the #1 global when it comes to number of super affiliates per enrolled, 24 and growing. We have the honor of having the founder and CEO of our company on the call today. He's called in just to say hi to you and to have a word of vision with everybody who's listening in. So Walter Harrison, if you can hear me, we'd all love to hear from you, sir.
Afternoon, everyone. Peter, phenomenal job. That was incredible.
Thanks,
Chuck, we got to add him in the rotation. So thank you guys for hopping on and listening to so many webinars about a very, very simple process that's going to allow the average consumer to make money with the data they're already giving away and have an army of people like yourself who will get paid extra to help us give that app away. I mean, it's really very simple. Data is already being given away. And that's our business model. We're so excited to put this app on your phone very, very shortly. Happy to participate in Q&A, Chuck. That was really great.
Yeah, before we do the Q&A, I just want to tell people, if you're watching this as a guest live, what you want to do is get back with the person who invites you. They'll send you a registration link. You click on that link, you simply fill out the information, you pay your $9.95, and you are there for an active paid affiliate. If you're watching this presentation after September 1st, more than likely the app's already been launched and that special promotion is over, but the opportunity is just beginning. So get started. It'll be $9.95 a month after the app goes live in the United States, but it is still the #1 opportunity in the world today, in my opinion. So with that, Peter, thank you for a great job. I'm going to stop this recording and we will start the Q&A.